In the middle of the vast ocean, where the waves are howling and the sky is a deep blue with no end in sight, a fierce chase is taking place. The giant silver monsters of the ocean, tuna, dive deep, swim as fast as an arrow, and just one flick of the tail is enough to make the small boat tilt in the middle of the ocean. The fishing line is so tight it almost breaks. The fisherman's sweat mixes with the sea salt, and each passing minute is a heart-stopping moment. In the vast ocean, before dawn, the tuna fishing fleet began a dramatic siege. Leading the way was the mother ship carrying a giant purse seine net called a seine, and fish school locating equipment, paving the way for satellite boats to quickly surround the target area. When the fish signal appears, the net is lowered, gently sinking into the sea like a death trap. The small boats move rhythmically, skillfully closing the circle, creating a tight tactic with no way out. Below, a giant school of tuna struggled violently, making the water foam white. Before setting sail, fishermen carefully check each mesh of the net, patch up any tears, and secure anchors and buoys. The giant fishing net is neatly arranged in order of release, ensuring that it is not tangled when the action begins. The towing and reeling systems are also carefully prepared. Everyone knows their position and task, coordinating well like a pre-programmed machine. Once the nets are cast and the tuna begin to struggle, the divers quickly dive into the water. They inspect the nets, untangle them from rocks or tangles, and even approach the trapped tuna to help pull them up. In the dark, cold depths, they silently ensure everything runs smoothly. The silent warriors of the ocean. The tuna struggled and wriggled wildly, but in the end still could not escape the human net. Once the fish were safely within the circle, the fishermen began to gradually pull in the net. Meter by meter, the net was pulled up slowly but surely, tightening the space so that the tuna could not escape. The fish began to panic, thrashing violently, the water surface boiling as if it were aerating. At this time, the crane on the ship was mobilized, hooked into the retracted net, and lifted each giant tuna onto the deck. When the giant tuna is pulled up, each one is immediately placed on a thick layer of ice, which helps keep the temperature low and prevents bacteria from growing. Thanks to that, the tuna always retains its freshness and rich flavor as if it had just been caught from the ocean floor, ensuring the best quality for the enjoyer. As the net gradually narrowed, the giant school of tuna began to panic and thrash about violently. Their razor-sharp dorsal fins slashed across the water, and each powerful tail swish caused the sea to churn, creating white foam like a shower of sea foam. The machine roars, lifting the silvery fish off the deck, then slowly lowering it onto a refrigerated truck or conveyor belt leading to the processing plant. At the factory, the giant tunas are quickly brought into the processing area after being hoisted in. There, skilled workers use sharp, specialized knives to gently but firmly cut along the fish's body. With just a few precise cuts, the hundreds of kilograms of tuna are cut into large pieces. The red, firm, smooth, and fresh meat. Each slice is not only a technique, but also the crystallization of experience, speed, and pride brought back from the ocean. To serve the diverse needs of customers, after the tuna is cut into large pieces, the factory will carefully classify them according to quality and size. A portion of the meat will be transferred to the slicing area, where workers use machines or specialized knives to cut it into bite-sized pieces, square even, suitable for processing sashimi, steak, or canned food. Immediately after that, each piece of fish will be vacuum sealed and packaged in a cold environment to preserve its freshness. After packaging, fresh tuna pieces are delivered to chefs and consumers, becoming ingredients for a variety of delicious and nutritious dishes. From sweet sashimi and rich pan-fried tuna to fresh tuna salad or delicate sushi, each dish retains its natural sweetness, is rich in protein, low in fat, and rich in omega-3, bringing excellent flavor and high nutritional value to the meal. Amid the vast and unforgiving ocean off the west coast of Tasmania, where relentless waves test the courage of those who dare to venture, the hunt for spiny lobster begins. This is not just a journey at sea, it's a race against nature, where experience, skill, and a bit of luck determine success. Join the brave fishermen and explore this challenging yet fascinating fishing process. The waters off the west coast of Tasmania provide an ideal habitat for southern rock lobsters, with abundant stocks and a stable population. The fishery is strictly managed through catch quotas and conservation measures, ensuring the species' sustainability. Despite pressures from export markets and climate change, the lobster population in this region remains well protected, securing a long-term supply for the fishing industry. As the first light of dawn breaks, the fishing vessel cuts through the waves, heading towards the deep waters where spiny lobsters are most abundant. On board, They work diligently, inspecting each joint and rope to ensure the traps are secure. Upon reaching the designated spot, the traps are lowered into the sea, gradually sinking to the seabed, settling among the rocky reefs. Each trap is tied to a rope and marked with a floating buoy, making retrieval easier later. Beneath the waves, the scent of the bait spreads, enticing lobsters to crawl inside through one-way openings. Once inside, escape becomes nearly impossible, leaving them waiting patiently until the fishermen return to haul in their catch. After 24 to 48 hours of setting the traps, the fishermen begin their harvest. Each trap is hauled up from the water using sturdy ropes, with seawater streaming down as the cages emerge. Heavy, tightly woven baskets filled with spiny lobsters are passed hand to hand and neatly arranged on the deck. The sorting process begins immediately. Spiny lobsters are carefully lifted from the traps, and each one is thoroughly inspected. Those that meet the size requirements and are not carrying eggs are kept, while undersized or egg-bearing lobsters are released back into the sea to sustain the population. This task requires both speed and precision, as spiny lobsters can use their strong claws to pinch if handled carelessly. Once sorted, the spiny lobsters are placed into large seawater tanks on the boat. Where they are kept in conditions that closely resemble their natural habitat to maintain their freshness. As night falls, the work continues. Under the glow of the boat's lights reflecting off the dark water, fishermen pull up traps that were set the previous night. Since spiny lobsters are more active in the dark, the catch is often larger compared to daytime. The last traps are hauled in just before dawn, marking the end of a long yet rewarding night of labor. Before heading back to shore, the fishermen carefully inspect and reorganize the storage area. The live spiny lobsters are transferred into specialized trays and stacked securely in the storage hold, ensuring optimal conditions for transport. Welcome to today's video, where we'll dive into the world of sardines, a popular food, but one that's facing serious challenges when it comes to overfishing and conservation. From overfishing issues to its impact on marine ecosystems, we'll explore how sardine consumption affects both the environment and human health. Stay tuned as we look at sustainable solutions for the future of sardines. The sardine fishing process begins when specialized fishing boats depart from the harbor and head out to sea, usually in the late afternoon or as dusk begins to fall. Once the location of the fish school is identified, the net is immediately deployed into the sea in a wide semicircular shape, surrounding the entire school of fish. Once the net has fully encircled the school of fish, the crew begins the hauling process. This is one of the most physically demanding and critical stages of the operation. With the help of machinery, sections of the net are slowly pulled in, gradually tightening the circle and gathering the fish into a confined space at the bottom of the net. Once the fish have been fully gathered at the bottom of the net, they are transferred in batches from the net into the storage hold, where crushed ice has been prepared in advance for immediate chilling. The process of hauling the net usually lasts for several hours, sometimes throughout the night, depending on the size of the fish school and weather conditions. Once all the fish have been brought aboard and fully iced, the boat begins its journey back to the harbor. At this point, The ice storage system on the boat continues to operate constantly to maintain the ideal temperature until it reaches port. When the boat reaches the port, the crew is ready with a modern crane system to lift the fish from the boat onto the dock. Each crate of fish is quickly and safely hoisted aboard. As soon as the fish are brought on board, ice is added to the containers to preserve their freshness. The thick layer of ice helps maintain a stable temperature, ensuring that the fish remain in optimal condition during transportation. In recent years, many boats have switched to using modern machinery to replace manual labor. These devices not only save time, but also reduce the burden on the crew, allowing them to complete the work more quickly and efficiently. After being caught, the sardines are carefully transferred from the fishing vessels into large insulated containers filled with crushed ice. This immediate chilling process is crucial to preserving their freshness and preventing spoilage. At the factory, the sardines are unloaded and passed through a multi-stage washing system. Clean, cold water jets and gentle brushes are used to remove any dirt, loose scales, blood, or surface impurities. Next, the sardines enter the trimming and cleaning phase. Skilled workers, or automated machines, delicately remove the heads, fins, tails, and internal organs. The backbone may also be removed, depending on the product requirements. Meanwhile, printed labels are applied to pre-formed cans or packaging materials. The cleaned sardines are then carefully panned uniformly laced into the cans. Depending on the recipe, a prepared sauce is poured over the fish to enhance flavor. Once the cans are filled and sealed airtight with lids, they are transported into large steam cooking chambers, where they are cooked under high heat and pressure. After cooking, the hot cans are cooled and guided along a conveyor system for a final quality inspection. Did you know there's a species of fish that can grow up to over 1.5 meters in length? That's the ribbon fish, a marine fish known for its long, flat body and shiny silver color. Have you ever eaten ribbon fish? With its white flesh, few bones, and fresh taste, ribbon fish is a great ingredient for many dishes. Let's dive deeper into this fascinating fish in today's video. The ribbon fish typically inhabit moderately deep waters and coastal areas, especially in tropical and subtropical regions. It is a marine fish with a long, flattened body and a silvery appearance, with an average length of 50 to 100 centimeters, though some mature individuals can reach over 1.5 meters in length. The global stock of ribbon fish is considered to be quite abundant due to its high reproductive capacity and wide distribution, significantly contributing to the seafood production of many coastal countries. Trawling is a common method, especially for large schools of ribbon fish. Fishermen use long nets with small mesh, typically dragging them through areas where ribbon fish are concentrated. The net is deployed into the sea and hauled back by boats, allowing a large quantity of fish to be caught in one go. This method is effective for commercial ribbon fish harvesting because it enables quick and bulk collection. In addition, a fishing rod is also used. For fishing, people typically use a long fishing rod with either natural or artificial bait. This method is primarily applied when catching ribbon fish for personal consumption or on a small scale. Fishing for ribbon fish requires patience and skill to cast the bait into the right areas where the fish live. Ribbon fish are typically carefully preserved and packaged to maintain their quality during transportation and consumption. One common method is to pack each fish into a plastic bag along its length, which helps protect the shape and freshness of the fish. After being packaged, the ribbon fish are placed on trays for easy freezing. Rapid freezing helps the fish retain its freshness while also preventing the growth of bacteria, extending the storage time without compromising the product's quality. Ribbon fish is quite simple to prepare, making it suitable for various dishes. First, the fins on both sides of the fish are removed. Then the fish is split open to remove the internal organs. After cleaning, the ribbon fish can be cut into portions according to the dish's requirements. Thanks to its flesh structure with few small bones, the preparation process is quick and easy, helping retain the fish's freshness and unique flavor when cooked.